Bow down before my psycho power.
We have another interview from Michael Murray and Harada. This one sprang up out of nowhere. I'm going to watch it for the first time and I'm going to react to it live. Before we jump into the video, subscribe to the channel and also follow me on Twitter and click the link in the description, join the channel and become a member. Question number 1. What surprised you the most during a closed network test?
Everything went pretty smoothly. No major outages of the server or anything like that, which was a big surprise.
What I was kind of surprised about is how easy it was to play different characters. Yoshimitsu's my guy. He wasn't in there, so I was just kind of bouncing between everyone and just trying everything. And I was able to switch between characters and just play the game. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I know in past Tekkens, like in Tekken 7, you can't play Jack 7, switch to Kazuya Mishima, and then switch to Claudio, and then do good on all those characters in one sitting. It just doesn't work like that. So I don't know what they did to Tekken 8 to where that's possible, but I wasn't expecting that. The next question, what is your favorite new addition to Tekken 8? Favorite new addition? Harada says, it's hard to decide what my favorite addition is. Well, there's more than one thing. Some I can't really talk about yet. I saw this part on Twitter. It says that's why I can't say what my favorite new addition is for now. So basically he can't say what it is because it hasn't been revealed yet. This is what someone was telling me in a live stream. Harada says, however, I can say that while there are so many games that are free to play or subscription based, but we have developed a game with a balance between quantity and quality as a full package game. This is something that kind of worries me a little bit because I want to see if they do a battle pass. I want to see if they have like skins. Like there's a lot of things that's very predatory that other gaming companies do. I mean, look at Capcom. Skins, battle pass, all this stuff. Will Tekken do the same? They haven't said no. They haven't said yes. Only time will tell. But it's too lucrative of a model for game developers to ignore. There's only a few gaming companies out there who will ignore all of that stuff and just give a full game on launch. And it's cool that Elden Ring is one of those because Harada had a lot to do with that game and also it's under Bandai Namco. So that's something that gives me hope, is that Bandai Namco won't do that, but we just don't know.
The heat system actually gives more depth to all the characters.
I played the game for like 36 hours and I felt like it did the opposite. I felt like the heat system is so simple. Like for example, what I would do is I would find maybe 1 or 2 strings from every character, is then I would use those strings in a way to where I just whittle your opponent down, right? Chip, 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 chip. Whenever they try to do something to stop me or get crazy, heat system, because it freezes your opponent. Freeze them, and then you hit them with your heat, and then you keep on doing your whatever it's called. It's like, I don't know, I really don't like the freezing the opponent aspect. I gotta see when Yoshimitsu get added into the game how it really feels, because everything that I was experiencing was with other characters and it was all like new to me. But with a character that I've been playing for over a decade like Yoshimitsu, I'll be able to really tell, really tell. So I'm holding a little bit of criticism, but I feel like the heat system kind of does the opposite. Number 3, will I be able to understand the story if I haven't played Tekken in a while? Harada says story mode can be enjoyed by anyone, even if you haven't played the story mode of previous games. This is because the story mode uses a lot of cinematic and battles that are different from normal one-on-one matches. We want the story to be more enjoyable and beatable by everyone. Tekken has always done kind of a good job at this. Like they show you what happened in the past. Like look at Tekken 7. They show you what happened in the past game. Jin Kazama did this. He's kind of missing. It catches you up where you need to be to experience the game. But then also too, something that Tekken has been really good at as well is flashing back to previous games. And we already kind of seen this with Raven saying Heihachi Mishima is dead. We know they are definitely going to flash back to Tekken 5, and I would say with Jun Kazama and whatnot, they're probably going to flash back to Tekken 2 as well. Number 4, is the game easy to pick up for new players? Of course, this is something we focused on while developing Tekken 8. You may think you need to learn how to play before you play the game, but you can jump in and play arcade quests without needing to learn anything before. After talking about arcade quests, Harada says you can also use new special mode by pressing L1 button. Michael Murray says,
some of our marketing staff who aren't really Tekken wizards, they put on the special style and they were actually doing quite well against more experienced people.
People who aren't experienced with the game was using the special style and beating and kind of keeping up with people who know how to play. And I know some people don't like this. Some people like the fact that they put the time and effort in and they can win without a doubt. They don't want people to be carried or for even the battle to be close. Like, put the time in and work, right? That's what some people want. And I kind of agree with that as well, like to a certain degree. I do think, like, bro, I put a lot of time into Yoshimitsu, and some random person who just showed up in Tekken 8 should not be able to compete with me. But at the same time too, I think there should be tools to help them grow and become better. In Tekken 7 and past Tekken games, there's nothing there at all to help you grow. That's kind of why it took us so long to progress as players ourselves, because we have to learn everything on our own, and I think Tekken should help teach you and help you grow. I don't think special style should carry players to the top. I think it should help you to the top. This is a question that I have as well. Will the arcade quest include features for both beginners and veterans? This is something that I think Street Fighter 6 does not do good. They have the World Tour mode, and there's nothing in there for veteran players. It's literally running around doing these random, I don't know. I want to see if let's see what they say.
It's kind of like a love letter to arcade culture and the atmosphere. Players our age maybe have actually been to arcade and they kind of miss that atmosphere. So you can kind of get that nostalgia from playing through the mode.
They keep talking about how Arcade Quest is supposed to represent the arcades, and I hope they don't get lost in this idea, because I know arcades is great, right? Where would fighting games, where would gaming as a whole be without the arcade era, right? But at the same time too, I mean, I kind of really don't care about the arcade era. You know, it's a very historic thing of the past, but you can't carry a whole entire game mode on nostalgia. Like, you gotta have something more in there than just experience arcades. I don't know. They have to give us something more in there besides look at arcades and look at the nostalgia, you know, go run around in this game mode and get lost. Like, you gotta give something actually fun for veteran players to experience, because I haven't seen anything yet that says this is fun, this is cool. And of course, like, they're holding back on some of the things that they're saying, but it's just right now you can't rope me in with nostalgia. You can't nostalgia bait me, right? And it seems like that's what the arcade quest is leading up to be. For new players, it's a tutorial. For veterans, it's nostalgia, and that doesn't work for me. Let's move on to number 6. What was your favorite character trailer so far? Favorite character trailer so far? Okay. Harada says, well, I think all of them are pretty good. I think the new character we announced the other day, Aquafina, is pretty good as well. But in terms of fan reception, I would say June, because she's a fan favorite and the character finally is back after a long time. Michael Murray says,
Evo, you know, we announced Azucena, but we also announced Raven, who's coming back after a while. But then I also like Lily, because her redesigned costume, and she has a cat this time, Salt, right?
So Michael Murray basically says Raven, Aquafina, and Lily because of the cat. In my opinion, the trailer that I thought was the coolest was Kazuya Mishima, was King, was Jack 8, Harong, and then I would say probably Raven and Aquafina. Those 6, I know it's 6 of them, but those 6 were really cool in my opinion. And